setup. They certainly look like they wanted to take the ball into the wide channel, but nonetheless, unfortunately, ball's just not going to hand again, showing some early nerves from both sides. This time it's off the top to Paarl Gim. Puts it on the boot just in behind. It's fantastic gather here by Paarl Gim.
Oh, Miller over the try line. Brilliant start. Try scored here by the SA under-18 player from last year in 2014, Marcus Miller.
Again, varying their play really, really well. There we see nice ball off the top from the line out. Takes it to the line nice and flat. And then it's a little dink over the top, the hard press from KES, and it's the bounce of the rugby ball, which bounces favorably for this absolutely dangerous Marcus Miller. We know what he can do with ball in hand, and over he goes for his team's first score.
Peters approaching this ball for an easy conversion. Over it goes, Divan Peters. But an absolute stunning start for this team from Paarl. Barron looking for quick ball. Barron gets quick ball. We got Andre, we got Van Sail. Barron sniping to the sword side. They got space here. Can they use the space? That's a strong handoff from Whitehead. Whitehead on the inside to Thomas Saunders. Woo! Bit of razzle dazzle by the Gimmies, and over they go.
Yeah, KES just guilty of almost ruck watching, getting very narrow on the short side. And then it's that handoff straight through the middle they go. I love the presence of mind there to still the draw and pass, ball in two hands. And Thomas Saunders canters over for Paarl Gim's second.
But another excellent try by Gim as Peters takes the easy conversion again. And the score now up to 14-0 with only 8.5 minutes that have been played in this first half. Interesting line-out we got here for Paarl Gim, as we see 13 Marcus Miller at the receiver. It's a quick set by Gim. They got the set. They got the set. Over Miller goes. That is a little bit too easy for this team from Paarl. Marcus Miller. Interesting setup from this Paarl Gim team.
Very interesting. He's the first ripper that comes down. Normally what you would see a six flanker or so forth doing, but he does it really, really well. And as soon as that Paarl Gim side gains momentum, that driving ball is so hard to stop.
I must say, if there's hookers and number 2s watching across South Africa, they'll probably not be too happy with that, seeing 13 scoring more tries, as that's generally their meat pies. Peters again with a conversion attempt. Strikes it, over it goes. Divan Peters. He's been flawless off the tee so far. Out wide they go, there's ample of space as Paarl Gim has found. Can they finish? Can they finish? What question am I asking? Of course they can finish. And this time it's Johan Kleinans over in the corner. All too easy from Paarl Gim, straight from the restart. My partner next to me has got a grin and a smile on his face. Morgan Newman, how easy was that try?
Look, they made it look so easy. I don't think it is actually as easy as they're making it look, but there we see it. I mean, it's 1v3 in the end, and then it's just a draw and pass. Too much pace, too big, too strong, this Paarl Gim side. Finding acres of space in the wide channels.
But this is Divan Peters with his toughest conversion so far. He's been flawless, the young man. So approach it, looks like a nice strike. And he's missed this one. He's human after all, folks. Potgieter off the back of the scrum. Strong carry from Quentin Potgieter. Excellent turn of pace by Quentin Potgieter. Wow, what a try from Quentin Potgieter. That is brilliant rugby. Excellent acceleration off the back of the scrum.
Make sure he scored the try to see the number on his back, because he ran down that right-hand touchline like a winger, but off the base of the scrum. I've got to question the kind of defense that KES are using from scrum time. Surely they've got to put another number over. You've got the 8-9 option. You've got the ability of Quentin that we know that can pick up and go up the left-hand side. But just leaving the open side winger to be isolated. The big man needed no support in the end. Over he went for Paarl Gim, sorry's 5th try of the evening.
Pieterse, Divan Pieterse, strike brilliant again, young man. Oh! Got Burden with a box kick, hanging in the air. Brilliant. Referee says play on. Here goes Quentin Potgieter again, finding Whitehead. Oh! That is one for the highlight reels. Morgan, that is something you used to like in your playing days.
And that's why I'm shaking my head.
But he's gotten 10 minutes in the sin bin.
Great hands up the right-hand touch, and the cross cover comes across. I have to agree.
On we go in the rolling ball again, Paarl Gim. Too easy. Marcus Miller, that man again, getting a steak and kidney pie. As easy as going to the engine, Morgan.
The repercussions of that high tackle. Is this dangerous driving maul? And that man, Marcus Miller, goes over his hat-trick before half-time. With a kick to come, could take the tally up to 40.
In Afrikaan, from the touchline, curling, off to the left. And the score stays 38-0 for Paarl Gim. And we're nearing the half-time. McGurk deciding he's also getting ready to return the favor with a box kick. That is a nice hanging kick. Unfortunately, directly into touch. And that's the whistle, Morgan Newman, for halftime. As we see a strong Gimmies half coming to an end, leading 38-0.
What's been a dominant opening 35 minutes from Paarl Gim as we see the kickoff here from, call it, the home side.
Burden off the base of the scrum to Baker. Baker playing short, and that is brilliant from Thomas Saunders. Excellent set piece execution.
Straight off the training ground. The little run around coming from almost on the blind side. And that little dink. And as I look down at the coach's box, high fives all around there between head coach Peter Rousseau and his team. I see Helmut Lehman also there. Marnus Higu, part of the coaching staff.
Must say, Morgan, I haven't seen Coach Peter smile like that. I spent about 4.5 years with him in Pretoria. He's currently smiling from ear to ear, and so he should, as Peter's up. Oh, definitely played in the air. There goes Badenhorst, the lanky. Here goes that guy again. Strong run from Hendrik van Zyl as he finds Jandre. Oh, the buses ball! Over goes Dreyer. Everybody cheering in the backwater.
Without a doubt, the penalty was about to come. Presence of mind to release the ball, get on his feet, and still make the offload. And then it's the ball over the top. But here's the buses full, Rudy. You'll like that one. Caught completely off balance. And over Gimmies go for yet another score. And after just 40 minutes, the score goes up to 50 points to nil with a kick to come. Now it's a case of damage control for the visitors.
I know Graham Smith, Morgan hails from King Edward School, but the score currently not looking great for King Edward.
Somewhere in the world, maybe Graham Smith, Jean de Villiers having a cold one, supporting their respective teams, plenty of banter.
Isolated ball carrier, but still they retain the ball. Quick ball again to Pieterse out the back. Here goes Paarl Gim. Marcus Miller to Johan Kleinans, and he walks it in again, straight from the restart.
Way too easy currently for this Gimmy side. Running out of numbers up the left-hand touch with KES. And then Marcus Miller, still the presence of mind to work his way infield, square up that last man, make the offload, ball in two hands, and the core skills of this Paarl Gim side really, really coming to the fore.
Morgan, does this become now a case where you execute your plays, you try and make sure that you sharpen your tools for games to come? I know there's still a lot of time, but if you look at the scoreboard, 55 to Zults. Peters misses that one from the touchline. Counter attack down the middle of the field. Whitehead with a strong feint. Burden. Peters puts it on the foot as he finds ample of space. Here goes Kleinans and the ball sits up. Of course it does for Kleinans. They've got this rugby ball on speed dial. Like a please call me back in the day when we grow up.
Yeah, once again, that presence of mind, see the space in behind, the dink, and then you called it. Controlling that rugby ball.
Divan Peters with yet another conversion two-pointer. Strong carry by number 18 Brandt again. Mikael Boyse. They walking over here, Whitehead to Badenhorst. Badenhorst decides, nope, it's finally his time to get one on the score sheet. David Badenhorst over the try line for Paarl Gimnasium.
Yeah, I have to agree with you once again, Rudy. All of 4 or 5 players could have scored that.
Divan Peters lining this one up. It's looking good. It is good. Fantastic. He's been absolutely special off the tee. Into the hands of Parker. Kleinans down the 5. Oh, that's a brilliant clear out. Here goes Van der Langen. Atti Van der Langen. Strong carry by the tight head prop. Ball still available for Gimnasium. Referee says backwards at the breakdown. Quick ball, Koen. Brilliant by Peters. Off the shoulder of Whitehead, Charles Whitehead. Look, and you always want to feel, if you just look at this, brilliant running. You don't always see a fly-off running short balls like that. But if I can commentate on what I saw, not a lot of speaking behind the poles. As Peters slots over another conversion. The rolling clock is stopped once there is an injury. But on we go as Jackson with a short little cute restart. But that's brilliant to get it by the Gimmies. I just love it when a forward puts a chip in go. He gets it as well. Hendrik van Zyl! Hendrik van Zyl! Over he goes! Woo! Must be the try of the match from Hendrik van Zyl.
Hendrik van Zyl. Once again, this bounce of the rugby ball has just been in the favor of Paarl Gim for the last 65 minutes. They can't put a foot wrong.
Chip and chase, gather and have the guess to burn. Excellent as Koen converts from the touchline. Over it goes. Louis Koen with a brilliant conversion from the touchline. Going forward. Lovely left-footed kick there by Boyce. Wilkins knocking it on. Here goes another turnover. Kleinans picking up the meat pie. Johan Kleinans over in the corner. 2-0 with a kick still to come.
Just takes his eyes off at the last minute, and then it's a whole miscommunication between the two young men. And then you called it.
Kuhn eats it poor. It's not the best strike there from Louis Kuhn.
Is this KES side? As the lineout comes once again, KES remain on the attack. Can they get their first score of the evening? 67 minutes into this game, only a couple of minutes left to play. Up the right-hand side they go this time. Unfortunately, the ball gets knocked on, and it's a 100-meter race up the left-hand touchline.
Reino Jagers. Oh, die mannen vandaag in die Paarl. Dis spoed en nog spoed. En Jagers over for another try. Jagers over for a brilliant try.
And I want to say, against the run of play, with KES on the attack, really hoping to get their first score, Reino Jagers goes the full 100 meters and scores, and that takes the scoreline to 95 points to 0. And it's all but a massacre.
My father told me, pick and pay het om my kind. Daar's geen spoed nie, my seun. Here goes Paarl Gim again. They just lining up for tries. It's that man again that came off the bench. Reino Jagers.
Potential, but too big, too strong is the home side. Eventually, 102 points to 0. That is the ball game, folks. It's Paarl Gim victorious in this encounter.
Brilliant game of rugby at the NMI Toyota Noord Suid Festival. Day 1 wrapping up with a brilliant encounter. Ladies and gentlemen, come and join the hot rugby tomorrow again at the Makotra Stadium.